Well, the market ending in negative territory in today's trading session, but when you look at the other days in the week, it's been pretty positive.
Yes, it has. It has. Thank you. Good afternoon, Mashudu. The week has been an interesting one. We started earlier in the week with strong, weak performance, mostly driven by correction activities on some of the counters that have been busy in the past few weeks. But as we went into the week yesterday, we saw better performances. Today it's interesting, but I think it's still an interesting watch, and we're looking at the market maintaining resilience even as we continue.
So market remaining quite resilient. Looking at a stock like Safaricom, moving around 31.15 million shares in today's trading session. It was the top mover in yesterday's trading session as well. So investors are liking this one right now.
Well, Safaricom still remains a strong share for those of us who want a long-term approach, probably, and even speculators. Now, what happened to Safaricom is it has been topping the charts in the past few weeks. There has been good performance. Better results coming in from the market due to the results that they posted the other day, and you'd expect that supply would be more at this time due to and then after that the price would want to correct itself in the market, and so that is where we are today as speculators offload for profit taking. But going forward, it's still a counter to reckon with.
So looking at full-year earnings for Safaricom, are you as positive as the others are at this stage, saying we could see further momentum coming through for those results?
In the meantime, after the correction, obviously, there will be calm after the storm. But after that, you would see better results. In my opinion, if you're asking whether I'm interested in Safaricom or not, I have a keen interest in Safaricom. So yes, I will still hold my position.
Well, looking at the banking sector, we had a number of banks coming out with results, and in yesterday's trading session, we had a Cooperative Bank out with a 9-month pre-tax profit up by a third, and then we had Standard Chartered Bank out with results as well. We saw a 70% increase in pre-tax profit. What did you make of those results?
Well, the banks are making good profits, essentially, and they have driven the market not just yesterday, but Tuesday and even Wednesday. You would see that the banks were still topping the charts. As for cooperative banks' results, though I expected, the banks have made, good of the high interest rates. They have made good of the forex instability, so that while it was something of a challenge, it would seem that due to their strong presence in the market and high demand, they still managed to make a lot of money, and that's why you would see Coop Bank and Standard Chartered posting wonderful results.
Well, looking into next week's trading session, what can we expect there? So the NSE still trading below that 4,200 level mark. Do you think perhaps we could break that mark in next week's trading session?
I am hopeful. Due to the fact that the central bank lowered the interest rates, you would expect that the shilling would weaken. It has not really lost ground totally. It is weakening gradually. This was expected to somehow affect the market in one way or another, and that's why we have not crossed the 4,200 mark. Now, in terms of whether this is, we are going to lose ground next week, I'm still unsure. It's that point where it's the market is really driven by demand, and I'm hoping that would cross the 4,200 mark. I'll be honest with you, it's an interesting time in the market. I can't even tell you whether we will or not. But what I see as where I see us remaining is we might remain at the same level in terms of the 4,160 or 65.
Well, let's move on to the shilling now. Pretty steady in today's trading session against the dollar, sitting at around 85.60. There, your outlook for the shilling in next week's trading session?
I would still expect that the central bank has put in mechanisms to ensure that they mop out excess money in the market so that they can maintain the strength of the shilling. But how effective this is in the midterm and the long term is still an item of study and observation. But as for next week, as to whether the shilling will give in or maintain, I see it maintaining slightly, but probably giving ground towards the end of next week or the following week as demand starts building up.